I'm a beast, got jungle fever. Don't smoke, but a breakdown. The chiba. Feel my senorita, you should meet her. Buenos dias, clean cut, bitch impressed with stock beamers. I'm on property, dual citizen with the visa. My niggas Ninja Turtles, call me Tracy Sensei. Knock him mold me and get out.
What's up with it? Welcome to Ghetto Poet Podcast. This is your ghost with the most, and I'm the host. I'm Bella Martrice, and we in San Francisco. It's kind of breezy outside, but we done brought y'all some bars that make the banger. Barz is in the building. What's up, Barz?
What's going on? What's up, Bella?
I know it's been a long time, man.
It's been a little minute.
So tell the people who you are, because I really feel like your introduction into the world needs to be known. Like, you need to introduce yourself. Where you from? Who you with? Like, let them know.
Yeah. First off, this Barz Makes Bangers, Oakland, California. I'm a music producer, Grammy Award-Winning Audio Engineer. I'm a brand. I'm a platform, man. I've been doing music professionally for the last 13 years. So it hasn't really even been that long. 13 years, that's a little time. But in terms of like, when I put myself up against like, the greats, the Dre's, and this nigga's 30 years deep in this shit.
Yeah, but them niggas like, what, 60 years old?
Yeah, they ain't that 50s.
Right, so they got the age. I mean, come on now, you got some time.
Yeah, that's true, but still,
Yeah, but they wasn't, you feel me? It's like, come on, how many Oakland niggas got Grammys?
No, that's real.
For real. So, so you say you grew up in Oakland or whatever. What kind of music did you listen to growing up? Like, what kind of music was your mama and your daddy playing? Their grandparents.
So, like growing up just in the car, the radio be on. Mm-hmm. So grew up on I was born in 87. I'm a late 80s baby, but, I caught the golden age of hip hop, rap. That was the shit I was on. My parents, they did my dad would listen to like the smooth jazz channel. My grandma OGs listen to this. So I have an appreciation for that too, like the R&B, KBLX, grew up on that too. But really just in my young age, I was just so convicted by rap music. Like that shit was it just told my story, I feel like.
So have you ever thought about being a rapper?
Oh yeah, no. Initially, I started off rapping. That was really like writing and stuff like that. That was like how I felt like I was gonna be able to express myself musically.
Okay, was you Barz Make Bangers in, or what was your rap name?
No, so when I was rapping, they just called me J Barz.
J Barz.
Yeah.
That's tight though.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, growing up, my mom called me Jabari, was turned into Barz. Everybody always called me Barz.
Okay, so you've been Barz.
I've been Barz. That was it. Just transferred to the music because that was just already my nickname anyway.
Well, that's an easy transfer.
Yeah.
So what led you? Okay, so you wanted to be a rapper. What stopped you from being a rapper?
Man, I wasn't making no money. For real, because like. Me and my partners, we started going to studios like in high school, like probably around like 11th grade. I knew somebody. It was some other people that we knew of a studio, and then we had gone with them, and then it was like we was like, oh, okay, we could just piece up some money, cause back then it was like we get to the studios for like 15 an hour, 20 an hour, something like that. So we just piece up on the lab. And we have a song on CD. That was like the hardest shit.
That is, it was hell. I feel like back then, like back in the day, it was way harder to have access, to studio recording and things like that. So,
absolutely. That's why, like, because the time that I was coming around, this was like the early 2000s, so like 03, 04, when like, CD burners and shit like that, that was new technology.
Right.
That was before 2000, like if you didn't know somebody that, and even back then you still had to know people to get you in, but like even if you knew people, it like the barrier to entry was so high, everybody couldn't just do this shit.
No.
because it was expensive. You be in big studios with big equipment, and
Right.
you know, you just couldn't be nobody just in there fucking around. Like it was so many different levels to now. It's like it's way different.
Was way more access, I think, because of
Yeah.
the like now you can make a beat on your damn phone.
Right.
It's so much like, and then it's cheaper.
You
A
can
lot of stuff,
self-distribute.
Self-distribution.
It's no
Yeah.
barrier to having an idea and letting the world, you know, participate in that.
Right.
You feel me? Where it was like back then, if you wanted to get something on wax, just getting in the studio was all these different barriers. And then on top of that, you couldn't just be in the store. You had to have a distribution deal. You couldn't independently. I mean, you could. It was ways that niggas made a path for that. But on the industry level, if you weren't going through a major label or some type of company that had distribution access and deals to major stores, like you wasn't even in the dough like that.
Right. And even, do you remember OG LimeWire?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember being on
OG LimeWire.
Napster.
Yeah,
You feel me?
Napster, yeah. Cause I don't know, you knew that one.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, that was a little.
But I remember being Uchiwali a few times where I'm sitting up there, I'm downloading music, and I'm like, you know, this is whoever a hot artist. Let's say this is Nelly. I downloading this a whole nother nigga.
You thought.
Come on, man. But
And that's how niggas got on.
That's what I was about to say.
That's what Soulja Boy did, I believe. I think he had put, I don't know, maybe I'm using the wrong artist as an example, but it's been artists that have been discovered because they labeled their music on a software or peer-to-peer software like Livewire as Nas Stillmatic album. You think you download the whole Stillmatic, and then you just discover the whole other artist, and some people end up liking what they heard.
That's what's happened to me a few times, where it's like, you know, because I would download so much of that shit because I was one of the people. I was like, I'm about to start selling CDs.
Come on, bootlegging. Yeah,
I was a bootlegger. Straight up. I didn't give a fuck. I used to be like, I wasn't like out in front of Safeway or nothing, but like my niggas in the hood, I'd be like, you know what?
I make
got
you a
this
mix.
Toshiba satellite, nigga.
What you want?
Come on my grandma's house later.
Yeah, you should be like 5, 10.
For real, I would. One of my partners used to always come and buy like my little CDs, but I would sit there and download the music right then.
Oh, okay. You was fresh off the press.
Yeah, my grandma had bought me a fly Toshiba satellite.
Hey, but see, the thing is, back then, I don't know how fast your internet was. It might take hella long to download some shit. Like, I remember, you feel me? Like, sometimes you couldn't just download no shit hella fast. Like,
yeah, that's true. Because I had to download connection. But you know what? We used to pirate off our neighbor's Wi-Fi.
There you go.
Boom. So, yeah. So that, so boom. So was you out performing and stuff when you was rapping, or you just was like getting in the studios?
Yeah, I was performing. I would do performances and stuff like that. But really, my passion for wanting to do rap started fading like in my early 20s, because I was like, damn, I really want to do music, but I'm trying to make this a hustle though. Like, and then I was like, and then to be honest, really, I was always making beats. So like me fucking with computers and doing stuff like that was all, I kind of started having the idea, like, I think I want to focus more on doing beats and like recording people.
So I got a question. So you actually went to school.
Yeah.
And what was your major?
Out of high school, I went to San Francisco State.
Okay.
I got into San Francisco State through EOP, and the summer.
EOP.
Yeah, man. Shout out EOP, man. Shout out SF State too, for real, because SF State, a lot of people don't know how pivotal SF State was in terms of ethnic studies, Black studies in particular, and different political movements in the 1960s.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it was a lot of game I soaked up just being around some of the elders over there, and just being in a collegiate, in an educated environment. Like, it's game changing.
It is.
And I felt like that was kind of too the spark that made me be like, man, I don't know if rappers, I want to do something bigger. You know, and I feel like that's why I started leaning towards engineering and feeling like, you know, I mean, I still have the dream of building a platform that empowers artists in the Bay Area, you know, and that kind of bleeds into Barz Academy and some of the things that I'm doing on that level. But even then, you know, I was trying to figure out how I could really do something that, for one, could, you know, empower me, like with making money just on a day-to-day, you feel me? And then something that would allow me to launch artists or be a platform, or, you know, and initially that was just between me and my partners, like, you know, recording people in the hood that I know and people that I fuck with. And then it just got bigger and bigger, and it grew. And just for me being a solid person and engineer, like building a brand off of that.
I think that one thing I remember when I first met you, I was like, bro, hella cool. Like when I first met you, I came there with El Plaga. Shit, Eleni. Shout out El Plaga.
Man, the father.
It was him. It was Reg. And you know, I grew up with them. So, you know, we from the same neighborhood. So it was like being like having your homies
shout
coming.
Shout out Raphael Andrews too, man.
Shout out Raph.
If it wasn't for the Jinx, man, you know, man. Yeah.
Tell me a story. What you mean if it wasn't for the Jinx? Shout out Jinx. He used to be one of my poetry buddies.
Really? Okay.
Ask him. Like Jinx, we used to write poetry at my grandmother's house.
That is a special dude.
He's very special and funny as hell.
We actually still making music to this day.
That's what's up.
Yeah, we got some work coming. But so short story about the whole start of this shit, like when I got done with Expressions, which is where I had ended up at.
And what was your major?
At Expressions, so I graduated with a bachelor's of science in